So welcome back to Community Challenge. We've got Tim's. These days a bit of a veteran of Community Challenge. Oh, let's put it all the way down here for some reason instead of where she was. A bit of a change of heart there, I guess. So Tim's playing as India. Up against donleonimox. Playing as the Celts. So Don, someone we just sort of pulled out of the chat in the game to come and play a game, because I sort of didn't really have many options this time of day. So he's playing his Celts in the red trunks. He's done a bit of PvE. He's got pretty much all of his sieges except 1 to 40. So he's played a bit, but he just hasn't really done a lot of PvP. Pretty good start for Don here. Oh, Tim's isn't making vills at the moment. Oh, there we go. So what's going on there? So Don hasn't actually killed all of his deer with the scout, so the villagers are going to do it, but it doesn't seem to be a huge issue. Not scattering all over the place, that starting hunt. He's going to want to add his 3 houses so he can take his age up. Tim's trying to steal all the sheep. Now, being Indian, it's pretty good for him actually. That gives him a little bit of extra gold generation if he can hold on to them. donleonimox going to try and kill the scout. Tim's not able to steal those, but he did get a couple there, so that'll be handy for his gold generation. He can afford to lose 1 scout, so, but it is the same speed as the mounted scouts. So if he does make it back under his TC, you can always get ointment and heal that little fella up. Tim's going for an early barracks. I think this is just a bit of a safe defensive play against someone he hasn't ever really played against before. donleonimox banking a bit of wood at the moment. Needs to get a bit more stone, because bearing in mind, like, he's not going to need to spend any wood in his age up, so he's got more than enough to go for the barracks and then get the TC as well. Tim's also doesn't need a huge amount of wood, just enough for that first house, and then he can get that his second town center from there. Tim's is actually going to add hunting dogs now, so a little slow on that, but he's going to have pretty good timing on this second TC. donleonimox won't be too far behind him, it's just floating a bit too much wood, but he can always chuck down another barracks or archery range, I suppose. Okay, this is an interesting choice, the Bard Hall. He's going to get access to speed upgrades though, that'll be handy, but yeah, ideally he wants to just get this TC. That's not going to be a bad timing of it though. Not a defensive spot, but it does make this easier to hold on to. I suppose he's got a pretty safe goal back here, so he can always just put the third TC somewhere over here, and he'll be pretty right, I think. Tim's is doing a better job of securing early food and gold, which, you know, I mean, protecting the wood line's good because India does have a lot of H2 structures to throw. Oh, actually no, sorry, he's Celts. Let's say Tim said that India's got a lot of structures in H2 they can go for. Celts, I suppose, I mean, you do have the Bard Hall and the Sacred Grove. Even though you're not getting stables till later, you know, you want a lot of barracks and ranges. Is actually not producing a lot at the moment. I think he got a bit food starved there. He's only got 6 on the food. I mean, he's got the barracks and both TCs at this stage, so really focusing on that wood gathering as well. And yeah, he's only producing out of 1 town centre at the moment. So villager counts are pretty even at the moment, 27 apiece. Oh, yep, Tim's producing out of the second TC. Leonimox needing to produce out of his first. There we go. He's done sacred deer production already. Let's have that druid out too. Oh, here we go. He is gathering from those already. And he could go for hunting dogs here. I think that'd be a good upgrade for him at the moment. Because it does benefit herdables as well. The conservation is really useful. It saves you wood. Obviously the food gather rate's also important. So Tim's going for an early hit and run here. He can snag a villager or 2, he can just get straight out of there. And it's good to do because it's a bit of a mind game as well. It's always tough knowing that, oh shit, I've lost a villager. If he's playing as good with me as on macro, I'll now be down 1 all game. Leonimox does also have those troops there. So Tim's not able to stick around, but it was a good little hit and run because he basically didn't take any damage for it. He's getting cows, shrines, so he's going to get a bit of resources out of that in the long run. Sort of sacrifice a slight advantage now to get an even bigger one later down the track. Could even opt for a monastery, get that Indian temple structure, get the unique upgrade for the villager, caravan and elephant train time. Or you can get reduced build time for every building, so that indirectly saves you a lot of time, gets you a lot of extra, sorry, directly saves you a lot of time, indirectly gets you more resources. So build counts are even here. Leonimox is doing a good job with that. But now he's struggling for army population relative to Tim's. Although, he should be working towards age 3 here. He's got the resources for that. Does have the houses he needs to train it as well. Tim's also just needs a bit more wood, over gathering on gold. But I think he realizes, oh no, he needs to pull some more off. I thought it said only 2 on gold, and I thought, oh yeah, fair enough. But no, it's 10. So Tim's can get a little bit more wood here. He can go for the age up. Leonimox going for his. The army's really favouring Tim's here. But Leonimox, if that druid can get in the mix, he can help turn things around a bit. But Tim's doesn't really need to back out that much here. Another good fight for him. Leonimox losing a number of units. Tim's just doesn't have any healing though. Whereas Leonimox will at least be able to undo the damage that was done there. So donleonimox walling himself in. Being killed as well, you know, that's a little bit dangerous, but he can always get a gold mine on that in H3. Already got his first market there, so not a massive market line by any means. But it'll be very secure. Yeah, 36 gold. But it's a very short turnaround time to actually get that gold. Longsword Champ will be a good upgrade here because it basically makes him tankier against both of these guys. It's essentially having 2 armory upgrades against them. Yeah, 40%. It's a pretty big difference against these guys. Going to be of no effect with cavalry there, but Pierce and melee infantry armor be really good against everything except the Taranga there. But Tim's has definitely got numbers. donleonimox going to invest in towers now. Villager counts are actually pretty similar here, 56 to 55 in favour of donleonimox. Army's definitely favouring Tim's though. Temper on the way. It's a good upgrade for Leonimox because right now he's only got infantry, so he's going to start producing bowmen. 2 ranges there. Tim's going to attempt a raid with a Taranga. Probably could afford to get some more of those now. He's got plenty in the bank. Going to be able to get a little bit of value here. Get 2 or 3 villages. Population gap's really starting to close right now. Tim's starting to get more upgrades. Barney's wisdom now, so everything will start to be a bit cheaper for him. He's going to lose all those Taranga though, but he's going to be aware that there is bowmen. Population's really evening up now though. The tiny market line actually getting donleonimox a bit of value here. Tim's been on 3 TC slightly longer though. But 65 to 57 for Eco Pop in favour of donleonimox. Pretty defensive game here from Leonimox isn't moved out at all. He's just getting more armory upgrades. He's really only got temper at this stage. Tim's has actually got quite a number of armory upgrades. There's a few bowmen in the mix here. Tim's population is really rocketing up right now. Try and take an engagement. Donleonimox wants to fight him under the towers, of course. I think donleonimox just deleted a house to make room for a farm then. Showed him at 145 over 140. We've got a bit of an engagement going on here, but not everything from Leonimox was in the fight initially. A few war rallies here, which is a good idea from Tim's. Get around the fact that he doesn't have a huge count of Taranga at the moment. These woads are going to be very painful, but the Garters should be able to stop those if Tim's can get the bowmen stacked inside those. And donleonimox now, most of his army getting shredded. He's got a bit of production here. Could do with a little bit more perhaps. Tim's is possibly able to go to age 4 if he can save up a little bit more. donleonimox too. Oh, he's got a lot of wood in the bank, but he could really do with a few more production buildings and more food and gold at this stage just to try and remass here. Have to be quick. Still on 85 villages to 69, so Tim's actually trailing on eco pop a little bit before that engagement. Might have been a little bit deliberate in a sense. As soon as he got to 180 pop, and he knew he didn't have a huge number of villages. A lot of production being thrown up, and a couple of towers here. War rallies might be able to make short work of those with all their Silver Age upgrades. Market line as well. Now getting interrupted. Very hard for donleonimox to turn this one around. Age 4 for Tim's. Not very far away, and he's going to take out the starting town centre there. Not everything's in the fight here, and he's not having any difficulty continuing to push. A few idlers here for donleonimox, and he could do with those resources. He's trying to migrate right now. Getting some more, well, getting some stables finally. Might be the answer to the addition of the war elephants. The woads. Going to be great trying to get onto this ranged backline, but if they're fighting against the Garter warriors, that's not what you want to have happen. The caravan getting taken down as well. Tim's scout actually seeing this, but I don't know if Tim's is aware of it. These stables finishing up. This horseman still in the mix. donleonimox not struggling for resources just yet, but very soon he will be. He's not got enough to really equal the army populations at the moment, and yeah, his eco's starting to get obliterated. He's down to 61 villages from 85. Tim's moving. Oh no, he's not. You can see he's moving the scout, but he's just auto attacking. Yeah, Leonimox now running out of food. Not far away on that for gold. Got a few of these horsemen, but let's just send them in soon so we can take out these elephants. Well, this could be big. There's a few Woad Raiders in the mix. They're going to be able to snipe a few of the bowmen. 4 or 5 of those getting picked off, but Bearing in mind, the Woad Raiders are actually slightly more expensive. These guys are only a 50 resource unit compared to the 80 for the Woad Raiders. Tim's might be able to finish this one off from here. There's a lot of eco yet still for donleonimox, but at the last TC, Tim's is in age 4 now. Plenty of resources in the bank. Oh, but donleonimox is working hard to keep himself back in the game. I don't know if he's really going to be able to turn this around from here, because he needs a lot of wood. And he's spending on a lot of houses just to make sure he's under pop cap, but I think that might be it, eh? He's still pretty well, he's on 50 villages, but he needs to work quick. Yeah, I think just the fact that Tim's has got so much in the bank makes this a bit untenable. He can go for the 4th TC. That's pretty hard for donleonimox to get back from here. He is going to be able to immediately start production. I don't think it'll be enough to mount a serious force. Yeah, GG, I think he's going to go for here. GG. So donleonimox throwing in the towel there. It was a real quick recovery there, but I think he just doesn't have enough in the bank. Like, if they're on similar ages, I mean, if they're on the same age and they had similar banks, and you get caught in this situation, it's not completely over. But the fact that Tim's has already got age 4, he's already, you know, he's still at 180 pop, just about. Yeah, he's doing us a nice little GG there. Upgrade kicking in. We've got Juggernauts here as well, so unfortunately Don not actually really getting to see them in his fight, but yeah, that'll be that there. He's still looking for eco to kill. Oh, there we go. So it's actually a pretty good economic game there from donleonimox.